What's going on, everybody? It's Devontae, and welcome to R.E.A.P.E.R Training. So today we're actually delving into the diet series a little bit, and the information here is super important because without knowing this information, your weight loss or your weight gain or whatever your fitness goals are is going to be very, very difficult. And we're getting into is ectomorphs, mesomorphs, and endomorphs. So a lot of you are really confused on what the fuck I just said. And basically, each one of these is different type of bodies that you have, right? So let's say an ectomorph. So an ectomorph is somebody who is naturally very skinny. You burn a lot of calories. You may eat a lot. You may eat all types of food, donuts, cookies, pizza, whatever it is. You may not gain any weight really. So that's an ectomorph. A mesomorph is normally somebody who you've never really been out of shape most of your life. Like for the most part, you always had a good amount of muscle on you, whether you're working out a lot or not. It doesn't take much for you to get in shape. You have basically more of an athletic build to your body, and it's not very difficult to do it. You may only work out twice a week and eat whatever you want, and you don't gain much weight. You stay pretty lean. And then you have endomorph. An endomorph is somebody who gains weight like that. Like you may hardly eat, but you just gain weight ridiculously. Like it just comes up a lot. And the difference between each of these is, the main difference between an endomorph and an ectomorph is your body's very, very sensitive to carbs, right? So an ectomorph, your body has a fast metabolism. You're burning through your calories at a rapid rate, and it takes more calories for you to gain weight. And an endomorph, your body is sensitive to carbs. So as soon as you take, you have a sandwich or anything, the slightest amount of carbs just shoots up your insulin to where you can't burn any fat. You're just storing everything that you're eating, right? So the reason behind this is that your body is a fat storing machine. Fat is stored energy. That's very, very important for survival if you don't have a whole lot of food accessible to you. But in modern day world, you have supermarkets, you have food places everywhere. Food is readily accessible. And a lot of us have sedentary lifestyles. So being an endomorph, you can pack on a lot of weight very, very fast. And I know personally because I am an endomorph. I'm a real endomorph. I work out a lot. I've actually gained 30, 40 pounds going to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. It just, I do have a big appetite, but there's a lot of people, they can eat whatever they want, as much as they want. And if they go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, it's going to look great. Me is not the same. I'm going to put on a lot of muscle, but I'm going to gain a lot of weight also. And that's true for a lot of endomorphs. You may get super strong. If you look at like NFL players, they're like huge, but they're strong as bulls, and a lot of them are endomorphs. Mesomorphs actually are lucky because mesomorphs can actually have that same effect. They eat more, they're going to get very, very strong, but they'll stay pretty lean. So a lot of mesomorphs is like, if anybody watches like Mike Rashad, like he'll be the first to tell you he's never really been out of shape. He's always had a pretty good tone to him, but he just gained more muscle as he got along. That's an example of like a mesomorph, someone who naturally, genetically is able to burn through a lot of fat and remain lean, but maintain a good amount of muscle. You have an ectomorph. An ectomorph is somebody who is just naturally very, very skinny. They've never been very big. They've always been kind of slender. These people, it's very, very difficult for them to gain weight because a lot of people don't have that same type of appetite. They don't eat all the time. They have a hard time getting in a lot of calories. Their appetite is not that big, right? So what's so important about these is that when you go into learning your body and figuring out your caloric rate and what it takes for you to gain weight, what it takes for you to lose weight, knowing whether or not you're an endomorph or ectomorph or a mesomorph is important because you can employ certain diets to help you out. So everybody goes by the 6 meal a day rule, right? But let's say you're an endomorph, right? Your body's sensitive to carbs. So every time you eat, your insulin shoots up and you're not burning any fat, right? And what happens with that, if you're having 6 meals a day, yes, your metabolism running, but you're still not burning any fat. So you can still lose weight if you're taking less calories than what you need, but it's gonna be a bit more difficult. It's gonna be slower. A lot of people get impatient. You know, they'll set like, say you have a cruise coming up and you want to be in shape for this cruise, and 2 months in, you hardly are losing any weight. You start to plateau a little bit, and that's because you gotta be patient in general with any of your fitness goals, but 2, you know, that diet may not be the best idea for you if you're really trying to lose that weight. And then you have alternatives that actually works with your insulin sensitivity, such as keto, intermittent fasting, the Mediterranean diet. There's other ways to go about it to where you can really control your insulin to where you can burn more fat more often throughout the day. Your body's using the fat for energy instead of using carbs. If you're an ectomorph, you know, the 6 meal a day is actually perfect for you because it puts you on a schedule where you keep eating. And also you can play with it a little bit to where you're eating at certain times throughout the day where your body's really taking in more calories, and you're able to utilize those calories a lot better, and it can stick on you a little bit more. You know, if you're a mesomorph, there's diet plans. You can use almost whatever diet plan you would like to, some better than others. Kind of using the same diet schemes for endomorphs is perfect for you guys, just because what happens is that your body's still burning the fat like it normally does. However, you're taking a lot more protein, taking a lot more good calories, and you can definitely gain a lot more muscle and look a lot better. So that's basically the difference between endomorphs, ectomorphs, and mesomorphs. And we'll dive into all those diet schemes and what insulin is, along with other hormones that affect these different body types differently, because hormones play a huge part. You know, testosterone is huge. Testosterone is huge for ectomorphs and endomorphs if you're a man. Estrogen is huge for whatever you are as a female. Like estrogen there's actually going to be a whole series dedicated to women and their hormones, because unfortunately for my female reapers out there, it is a bit more difficult for you guys to gain or lose weight, just because there's so many hormones involved in your menstrual cycles and things like that. It's a lot more involved than it is for us, just because, you know, you guys weren't blessed with the most forgiving hormones, but there's definitely ways to work around that. So I hope this was a very informational video. Remember, we don't chase dreams, we hunt goals. Reaper training.